Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon at Japan House London. My name is Simon Wright, and I'm the Director of Programming here at Japan House London. And today's event is celebrating the National Ballet of Japan's debut at the Royal Opera House in July this year. And we're delighted to welcome very special guests, Yoshida Miyako, the first Japanese ballerina to be made a principal dancer of the Royal Ballet, and now Artistic Director of the National Ballet of Japan, joined by two current principal dancers of the Royal Ballet, Takada Akane and Hirano Ryoichi. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we are broadcasting to an audience on Zoom, as well as all of you here in Japan House. So a warm welcome to everybody watching online. The event is being recorded and will be archived on our YouTube channel after this event. At the end of the event, we will also take a selection of questions from both the audience here in Japan House and also from those on Zoom as well. So before we start, let me introduce our guests a little bit more in depth. Yoshida Miyako was born and trained in Tokyo. She joined the Royal Ballet School in 1983 after winning the Prix de Lausanne. In 1984, she joined Sadler's Wells Royal Ballet, now the Birmingham Royal Ballet, and was promoted to principal in 1988. In 1995, she joined the Royal Ballet. After leaving the Royal Ballet in 2010, she started a career as a freelance dancer until she retired from the stage in 2019. She became the artistic director of ballet and dance for the new National Theatre, Tokyo, in September 2020. Yoshida Miyako has been the recipient of many awards. I mean, it's outstanding. I shall only mention a few here, including the Arts Encouragement Prize for Artists from the Ministry of Education, Science, Sports and Culture of Japan in 2001. She has an honorary OBE and the Purple Ribbon Medal from the Emperor of Japan in 2007, to name only but a few. She was also appointed UNESCO Artist for Peace in 2004 and United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees Artist in 2012. Please welcome Yoshida Miyako. Thank you very much. We also have with us Takada Akane. She is a principal of the Royal Ballet. She danced with the company on a Prix de Lausanne scholarship in 2008, and in 2009 entered the company as an artist. She was promoted to first artist in 2010, soloist in 2011, first soloist in 2014, and principal in 2016. Akane was born in Tokyo and trained at the Hiromi Takahashi Ballet Studio and the Bolshoi Ballet Academy. In 2008, in the Prix de Lausanne, she won the Audience Choice Award in addition to her scholarship with the Royal Ballet. Will you please welcome Takada Akane. Thank you so much for joining us. And last but not least, we have Hirano Ryoichi. He is a principal of the Royal Ballet. He joined the company as a Prix de Lausanne apprentice in 2001 and became an artist in 2002. Promoted to first artist in 2007, soloist in 2008, first soloist in 2012, and principal in 2016. Ryoichi was born in Osaka and trained at the Setsuko Hirano Ballet School. His awards include the 2001 Prix de Lausanne Gold Medal. Thank you very much, Hirano Ryoichi. Stellar lineup of speakers today, most definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. We have, I have several questions to get through, quite a lot actually, but please do think of your questions as well to be able to ask at the end, as I mentioned before. First, Miyako-san, if I may come to you. We haven't seen you on a London stage for 15 years. We've missed you. Welcome back. What's it like to be back in London?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. And thank you for the people watching on Zoom as well. Thank you. It's always nice to be back to England. This is my like a second home, so it's really nice. And always, coming back and see Ryoichi and Akane and old friend of mine's always nice. So I wish I can come back more often.
Yes, we hope you can. You had a very distinguished career as the first Japanese ballerina to become a principal dancer at the Royal Ballet and the Birmingham Royal Ballet. How did your fascination with ballet start?
Um, my friend, I went to see my friend's school performance when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I decided this is it. I just wanted to do this, and so I started taking class with like a music and movement sort of class. I started that when I was 6 years old, and then I started taking ballet classes like from 9 years old. And then I went, and then when I was 17, I went to Prix de Lausanne and to won the scholarship to go to the Royal Ballet School. That's why I came to England. And I was just planning to go home after 1 year when the school finished. But luckily, Sir Peter Wright gave me the contract to join the Sadler's Wells Royal Ballet. So, and then I joined the company, and since then I stayed in England for, I don't know, 27 years or something.
This was back in 1983.
Yes, 83, I came to England. That's long.
How did you find London in 1983?
It was very, very different to now. It's like no internet or anything. So
No internet.
no, and it must be so nice that you can talk, on the phone now. But these days, I wrote a letter to my mom, and it took 2 weeks. So I was always waiting that 2 weeks. So I wrote a lot of letters to my mom.
Thank you, thank you. And we also have with us, of course, Akane and Ryoichi. Akane-san, when did you first meet Miyako?
I was dancing one of the Cupids when she was coming to performing in Japan. I remember a moment where, oh, this is Miyako-san dancing in front of me. And I think all of us feel overwhelmed by watching her incredible dancing in live just in front of us. So yeah, just remember really vividly.
How old were you?
I was 7 years old then.
Thank you.
You said you were one of the Cupid, but I really remember her. So she must be really shining. Yes, too tired. I thought she was dancing solo then.
And Ryoichi, when did you meet Miyako-san?
The first time I met Miyako-san was in 2001 when I joined the company, same year. And I was just talking to Miyako-san earlier. My first memory with her was going to one of the ramen restaurants, and I was told that she was coming, and I got really nervous, and I was at the same time, oh, is she gonna slurp? Is she gonna slurp the ramen? And I got really excited, but she didn't order ramen, unfortunately. So I still don't know if she slurped or. So that was my first memory.
Of course not. Of course not. And what was your personal path to London, to Covent Garden?
So I started ballet when I was 4. My mother has ballet school in Osaka, and then my brother already started the ballet before me, so it was normal for me. It was part of my lifestyle. And then I won the Prix de Lausanne, and I came here, joined the Royal Ballet as an apprentice. I was the first apprentice of the Royal Ballet, and then I got the prop contract the year after, and then since then, ever since then. So it's been 24 years. It's been a long time.
Thank you. What was it like in London 24 years ago?
Well, I think the mobile phone just came in. Yes, and internet calling wasn't there. So we had to buy like a calling card. So you scratch the card and then you type in the numbers and then, you know, one of those days. Yes.
I don't remember at all. Akane-san, what was your personal journey to Covent Garden?
Yes, I was similar to Ryoji-san and Miyako-san. I was participated in Pretty Lausanne and won a scholarship and joined as an apprentice dancer in 2008. And I joined as a member of the Corps de Ballet in 2009. I mean, I was in Russia before I came here for 2 years. So in my head, I speak English, but I speak Russian to people. I guess, you know, using part of brain, it's kind of connected to that language. So I was a bit strange dancer at the time. But yeah, I felt really homesick, I think, when I came here first. I think because I couldn't speak English at all, and scheduling is quite unique in Royal Ballet. I missed the rehearsals quite a bit, and so yeah. But yeah.
You say the scheduling is different in the Royal Ballet?
Now we have this scheduling in computer, so it's easy to see. But at that time, there's a schedule board, and if something changes, someone writing in the red pen, and I can't really see what's going on really well. So yeah, I found it difficult.
Things have changed now.
I'm glad it changed.
Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you. Miyako-san, maybe I can broach the subject of the National Ballet of Japan, where you are now. You returned to Japan not as a ballerina, but as the artistic director of the National Ballet of Japan. It is the only national publicly funded ballet company in Japan. Could you tell us a little bit more about this company?
The New National Theatre opened in 1997. This was the first theatre for the opera and ballet in Japan. And we have three theatres we have the three theatres, and one is like a main sort of like a opera house, perform opera and ballet, and then medium size and small size for drama and dance. And the companies, we have like about 73 dancers, and the repertoire is like a sort of classic to contemporary, many variety of the rep we have. Like in June, we have like Alice in Wonderland, that's Christopher Wheeldon's ballet. And but I just found out that the Royal Ballet has 103 dancers now, and I'm so jealous because like, performing Alice, so many dancers involved, and we only have 73 dancers, so we just always short for dancers. But now, and also we do more shows. When I started as an artistic director, we used to do like 40-something shows a year in a season. But next season, we do over 70 performances. So it is getting better and better.
Dancers, Japanese, are they from?
Yes, yes, few Korean male dancers, but all Japanese, yes.
Because in this country we have, you mentioned the 103 dancers at the Royal Ballet, which is of the 103 dancers, how many are Japanese?
We have about 11 Japanese dancers.
That's great.
That's 10%, isn't
Mm.
it? Of the
Yeah, 10%.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. So this event really is also to talk about Giselle, which is coming to London in July. Yes, is that right?
Yes.
It's the European debut of the National Ballet of Japan here at Covent Garden. It'll be the first appearance by an Asian dance company on the main stage of the Royal Opera House in 15 years. And there'll be how many? Five performances of
Yes,
Giselle,
5
is that right?
performances, yes.
Directed by you as the artistic director, yes. It was one of the greatest roles, I think, when you were a dancer at the Royal Ballet. Could you tell us a little bit more about this particular production? And I think we have some pictures maybe
Yes, yeah.
to accompany this.
This is like not like a contemporary sort of new things. This is really traditional Giselle. And I asked Alistair Marriott to choreograph and his assistant. I think the picture comes next one.
Next one.
Yeah, this is Alistair and Jonathan who did the choreography for me. And the next one. This is Dick Bird, design of the set and costume. And with amazing lighting designer, Rick Fisher, did the beautiful lighting for me. It's another Dick, yes.
Okay.
And wearing mask, because like I started with as a artistic director, it was the COVID, same time that the COVID started, so that was the timing.
Oh, we have one here as well.
Yep, this is principal. It's like I had this like a great creative team, and I really enjoyed making Giselle with them. And but we sort of, me and Alistair and Jonathan sort of grew up with Sir Peter Wright's Giselle. Like you must be dancing Giselle. So it's like we learned so much from his Giselle, and it's like a Sir Peter's heritage. So going, you know, all the way to Japan, and it's growing there, that sort of thing. I think I'm so happy that, you know, I could do that.
Thank you, thank you. I think we're lucky enough to have some video footage.
Oh yes,
well.
yes, and our cold ballet is so good. So I want you to see them.
So should we show the video now as well? We have a short video of some of the performance. Thank you very much. Very special preview there of what we will be seeing in July. Many ballet enthusiasts have said that Giselle is the one ballet that makes them cry. Why do you think that is?
Well, this romantic ballet has got drama, and it's love and betrayal, death, and
Everything.
forgiveness, and yes, everything that you do experience in your life. That's why I think it's still very popular these days. Yes.
It's one of the most popular ballets in the classical repertoire, yes, I believe. I know that Akane-san and Ryoichi-san, you've both performed in Giselle.
Yes.
What
yes.
makes it so special for you?
I think for me, I think one of the amazing thing to have experience on stage is to feel like really deep depth of emotion, and Giselle requires incredible range of emotions, youthful, innocent, and love to heartbreak, madness, and ultimately forgiveness. And Giselle Gianni is one of forgiveness, which is really powerful story to tell through the dance, and and kind of this makes a role, helps dancers to connect with the audience, an emotional level, and creating something moving and special. I think that's why it's special, performing Giselle for me.
I can see that the way that you've described here. Ryoichi, for you, what does
Yes,
Giselle mean?
it's the journey of one male person's life. It's everything is happening from the end. So he starts off young, naive, but fell in love with one girl. But there was a lie, and there was a regret, and there was a death and a grief. But after the forgiveness, but he still has to carry that memory and the death of his love, and he's going to have to live with that. And that's only happening at the last moment, but that's, for me, that's the most important part of the ballet. So that's how I really love about Giselle, is that moment of, it's forgiveness happens, but he's still going to have to carry that forever. So that's my view. Yeah.
Thank you. Miyako-san, we would love to hear, I think, some behind the scenes secrets about the making of
Secret.
Giselle, yes, that you can share with us here today.
Well, I was thinking about that, and earlier on there was like a Dick Bird who designed the costume and all that. He was like a great at, he was really helpful, and he had so many of like a sketch of the dress and beautiful dresses and all that. And the things I wanted to change, or I wasn't sure, I can talk to him and he understands. He's always like, okay, then we can do this or we can do that, He was like that, but only one costume that he just did not change it. That was like a Bathilde costume, Bathilde dress. And it was like, when I first saw the design, it was like the color and It's just it was a little bit over the top, and I thought, hey, maybe different color or something like that. But he just did not change it. But then this production of Bathilde, her character is like she is really, really rich woman, very beautiful, but she hasn't got title and she's not royalty. So like Albrecht is like marrying her to save family. So this like she's unveiling at the royal hunt. So when she comes on stage with that costume, everybody goes like this. And I think Dick wanted to show her character by the dress. I shouldn't say awful dress, but
You
it's a
shouldn't
little bit.
say awful
No,
dress.
I'm not saying that. It's outrageous dress.
Outrageous.
Outrageous dress.
Nice word.
She has got many necklaces, so just giving her to Giselle doesn't mean anything to her because she's got loads. So I thought that was really, I really understood that why he wanted that costume to be on stage because like it looks really like outstanding when she comes on and you can see, okay, that her character is like that. Yeah.
I see. Thank you. Were there any other challenges at all in this production, do you think?
Challenges.
Specifically?
Maybe feel like think there is a few technical challenge as well. But for like a principal dancer, like what Akane and Yoichi was saying, like how to express their feelings into dancing, that was like the most challenging things for the principal dancers. But for the cold ballet, there was like few difficult things Alistair put in, and one is like when they cross like diagonally, which is really difficult.
As we saw in the video.
No, not this one. I
Oh.
mean, you will see it in July, but
Okay.
yes,
I'll
but
wait
not
until then.
but it's we had to rehearse a lot for that. But we have got really good cold ballet dancers in the company, so we had to feel challenge for them.
That's good to hear. We look forward to it in July. So many people, I suspect, will not be aware in this country how popular ballet is in Japan. I mean, it's almost reflected in the number of Japanese dancers who are in the Royal Ballet here in Covent Garden, for example. Could you tell me maybe why there is such an admiration for ballet in Japan?
It's a very difficult question, but I think it's like this ballet's art form always like fascinating people. But now I was thinking about, after you gave me this question, and we have lots of tourists in Japan from abroad at the moment, and they've been saying, because like Japan has a rich culture, but just little everyday things fascinate them, like train on time, or I don't know, just they make an announce like if it was like a 1 minute late delay, it's like 1 minute, it's like
Are you saying our trains are late?
No, I'm not saying that, but it's it's just like for Japanese, it's normal, but for foreign people, it's fascinating. But so that's other way around, and for Japanese people, European culture is very interesting. Maybe that's one of the reasons, I think. But what do you think? I don't know.
I think I completely agree with that. I think that this is the beauty of the cultural exchange. Is the we exchange cultures and we drive each other bigger and better cultural you know, make each other's culture better and bigger. And of course, we have Japan has such an amazing culture, but and also European culture has such an amazing culture as well. So exchange with that, I think that's what happened with the Japanese people really loved ballet because that's something we didn't have back in the days. And, that's, I think we can say the same as, European culture. They don't have what Japan has. So I think that's why Japanese people really love ballet and really want to expert their culture in a way.
Thank you.
I think it's amazing to see so many Japanese dancers now in everywhere in so many countries and doing so well. But I think because of Miyako-san, who is a pioneer, like showing us that it's possible, dancing like classic ballet, which is not our culture, but it's still possible to express yourself and dancing free in other country. I think that's definitely encourages young dancers. And here I am now too.
Thank you very much. And Akane-san, actually, indeed, I understand that you'll be performing with the National Ballet of Japan this June. That's right, with Christopher Wheeldon's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. What will this mean to you, dancing in front of your home audience?
I mean, it's always, I'm so grateful to dance in front of a Japanese audience, but especially this time, dancing with Miyako-san's company with amazing dancers and working with Miyako-san means well to me. And I'm just excited and looking forward to it.
How many performances will you have? Do you know?
I've got 3 shows. It's in June. Yeah, I can't wait.
Good luck with it. And have you, Ryoichi, have you performed in Japan as well?
Yes, but not with the Miyako-san's company, unfortunately. But I have danced in that theater many times. Yes.
And what's it like to perform in Japan?
Oh, it's actually quite nerve-wracking. Yeah, we just been to Japan. We danced together in NHK Hall a few months ago, but yeah, it's always nerve-wracking. I don't know. Criticism? I don't know. I'm a bit scared of Japanese people these days.
Is that because you're a male ballet dancer, do you feel? Or
Not necessarily, no. I think because we work, we're a principal dancer in the Royal Ballet, so we have that reputation, we have that title, so we have to be extra good. So that's that kind of pressure we have. Well, I have anyway. Yeah.
what's it like as a male ballet dancer in Japan? How do you feel?
Back then, when I was young, male ballet dancer wasn't really a thing. Of course, Tetsuya Kamikawa was, amazing dancer, and I think he was, one of few dancers that people knew. But my brother was bullied because he was doing ballet, and I didn't have that, incident when I was young, but it did happen. It was there, bit of, bit of being seen as a weird hobby for male kids. But nowadays, I think because ballet is so popular and there are so many amazing male dancers in the world, and amazing company like National Ballet of Japan, and people, and I think it just normalized it almost. It's not, male ballet dancers aren't like an aliens, it's more like an idol. Like they actually there's amazing things, jump so high and a turn and really, very athletic. So they see us as, athlete. So I think for now, these days, for the male dancers in Japan, I think it's really amazing place to be.
Thank you. Miyako-san, maybe you have male dancers in your company, yes? How do you find working with them? How are they received in Japan? Is it the same, do you think, as Hirano-san is saying?
I have to be careful what I say because just in case they're watching. No, no, I don't think they are. But
They'll be asleep.
yeah, they're asleep and not interested in talking. But they're hard worker. They're like we have really good male dancers, and as Ryoichi was saying, like maybe they gone through the bullying and all that. But I think more and more male dancers in Japan like start taking ballet classes. I don't know, like well, since maybe Teddy, yeah, they know Teddy well, so they all admire Teddy. So
Teddy?
Teddy Kumakawa, Tetsuya Kumakawa, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. We're coming towards the end of this part, and we will be asking you for your questions. So please do think of them before we finish. Before we do, I'd just like to ask Akane-san and Ryoichi-san, what are you rehearsing for now at the Royal Ballet? What have we got to look forward to see you in?
So at the moment, I'm rehearsing Onyegin, which my last performance is on Tuesday. So I'm going to rehearse on Monday and the performance is on Tuesday next week. And then at the same time, I'm rehearsing Romeo and Juliet, and I will be playing Tybalt and Romeo himself. And that's going to start 4th of March. I think that's the opening night, and I will be Tybalt in opening night. And we are doing Cinema Relay on 20th of March as well, and I will be playing Tybalt as well for that. So yes, that's what we
A
are.
lot of Shakespeare. And Akane-san.
I'm also rehearsing Romeo and Juliet at the moment,
Okay.
but my show is in May. But my partner, Joseph Sisson, it's going to be his debut for his Romeo. So we just started a bit earlier. And also I'm actually guesting in Queensland in March. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to come and I'm dancing Calvin Richardson. So I'm actually rehearsing with 2 partners at the moment. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, we have the National Ballet of Japan in July. When do tickets go on sale?
19th of March.
There you go. If you had that question, that's already been answered. Indeed. And how many shows will there be?
5 shows only.
Only 5 shows.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's going to be it's going to be well sought after, I think. Okay, I think we have time now to open up for any questions. I also have questions on Zoom, which is why I'm looking at my phone. So that's why I'm looking at that. We do have a question. If you could keep your hand up, we will get a microphone to you. The microphone will enable our viewers online to also be able to hear your question.
Thank you very much. My question is to a lady who experienced Bolshoi Theater in Moscow. And my question, your impression of Bolshoi Theater in Moscow? And second, did you dance in Shokunchik von Tchaikovsky?
Yes.
Ask the
I
question of
yes.
Я говорю,
По-русски. Я как по-русски чуть-чуть. Спасибо. Yes, I had a great time in Russia. I had still friends keep in touch. And yes, I danced one of the snowflakes in Nutcracker, Shirikunchik, yes, with a company. But the stage is raked and all the studios are also raked. So when I went to play Lausanne, Lausanne stage also raked. So it actually helped me to dance and used to dance on the rake stage. I don't think I can dance on the rake stage right now, but yeah, it was an amazing experience in Russia for me.
Thank you very much for your question. Actually, related to that, I'll take the question online, actually, which is almost related to this. It's to all of you, of course. This was about dancing in Russia, for example. What about dancing in the UK and Japan? What are the differences? And this is come from Sakura Hales online. What are the differences about performing in Japan and the UK, if there are any differences?
Yes,いいですか? I found very different the audience, the reaction. I think UK is louder after the performance. They go oh, and in Japan it's just like this is really quiet but they applaud like forever. They do like so many curtain calls. Because here they go, and then they go home. But in Japan, they just stay in the theater forever.
It's in
It's
case the
amazing.
train's not running, that's why.
Yeah, agree with that. Yeah. But when I perform, I don't know. Like I said, I get quite nervous in Japan, but I don't really in UK. I must say, I don't know why.
Is the training different, for example, as well?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking a little bit too much. Maybe it's in my head. Maybe I'm a little bit cuckoo in Japan.
Is the repertoire different at all? Similar. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Do we have any other questions? We do. Hand immediately up in the back, second row from the back. If you could keep your hand up so we can get a microphone to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have a DVD of Nutcracker with you on the cover as a sugar plum fairy, so it's so honored to see you. Just one question about Tokyo's National Ballet. You worked with basically British, are they British? Artistic staff. Is there going to be more Japanese people coming in that kind of role in directing costumes and choreography? Because I've seen some of the only Japanese names in the production in Britain, some Benesh maybe, but not many other creative sides. So I would like to know if there's going to be more Japanese people coming in that role rather than just dancers. Thank you.
Next season, I asked Japanese choreographer to make new piece and with Japanese composer and all the creative stuff is Japanese. So it's just mixture of Japanese and from everywhere we invite if they are good. But I try to get more Japanese choreographer to make ballet for us because I think when I started, just before I started become as an artistic director, Sir Peter Wright sort of advised me and he said something like the Japanese are really good at classic ballet and sort of, but that's like a sort of following not copying, but like he was saying like you should have a Japanese style now on. And I think it is really important because I always felt like going to Japanese style is almost not cheating, but running away. I thought I have to face like a classic ballet as a Japanese, but I have to get rid of all my Japanese side. I've been like that for many, many years, but now I gone back to Japan and see all those rich Japanese culture there. And I thought we have to start making our own ballet and with Japanese spirit. That's what I've been feeling now. Yeah.
Thank you. Something to look forward to, I think. Thank you for your question. Thank you very much indeed. I have a question online, actually, from anonymous caller. As a ballet fan, I have been very fortunate to see all three of you dancing at the Royal Opera House in Covent Garden. Thank you very much for coming today. It is so lovely to hear all of you speak. Can I ask how we attract younger and more diverse audiences to ballet?
No, no. You guys just look at me. Well, I think it's going to be a continuous challenge for us as a producer or like as a ballet company. But I think one of the thing we can do is diverse the repertoire and keep bringing new stuff, new ballet, new choreography, and something very interesting. We think interesting anyway. So, and of course we do have discounts on student discounts, and I think that's one of the thing we try, and a school's matinee, and we have Royal Ballet has online class as well, so we have live lesson. So we approach all over UK to young students, not necessarily dancers, to the primary school, those kids there who doesn't know what ballet is, and we try to educate. And I think those small steps, I think we can bring so many different talents and diverse, bring the diversity together, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Do we have a question? Yes, in the very top corner. Thank you.
Thank you. I recently watched Eugen at the Opera House and saw you both dance. And there was a last-minute change for which Ryochi stood up to dance the main role. I was wondering, how does that compare to being asked at short notice to dance? How's your emotions compared to when you're actually named and you have more time to prepare?
Well, that was 3 weeks ago on Friday, wasn't it? Yes. Well, that was such very short notice. So me and Lauren, we had a rehearsal already because our fast show was supposed to be the 3 days after that Friday, on Monday. And we were putting everything together for the very last time on Friday. And we basically run the whole ballet in the afternoon. And then we were told if you can do performance about 2:30, and we had a chat, and Kevin asked me if I can do it with Marinella, original cast, on that night. But I said, if I do the rehearsal with her, I don't think I can do the performance. So I had to say to Kevin that if I do the performance, it has to be with Lauren. So that's how. But I mean, I was actually really tired that evening as I did the whole ballet earlier in the day. So in the first act, my body was already cramping, but um, but I think I was a little bit more relaxed than my actual performance because maybe because I was just tired and didn't really have time to think about many things. So yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm aware I haven't looked behind me if there are any questions from this side. We do have a question at the, if you could put your hand up, please, so we can get your, thank you.
My question is, how do you see the future of ballet in an age of artificial intelligence?
How do you see the future of ballet in a world of artificial intelligence?
Well, that's the question that we often get these days. But I think it's art form. This art form is, I don't think AI can replace this art form. I think it just mimic the very very top layer of this art form. Because of this art form is very deep and complex and very personalized and very human emotions. I think because only human emotions can touch the other people's human emotion, I think that's why this art form survives. If the robot or AI does the ballet, I don't think it's as touching as we do. I think that's my feeling.
You spoke about Giselle and all the human emotions that come through throughout that. I know, can AI feel grief or love or? And actually, talking about Giselle, we have a question online as well to you, Miyako-san. Do you have a plan to take Giselle to any other countries? And if so, where would you like to go if there's no opportunity at the moment? And what is the ambition for your ballet company in the future?
At the moment, we haven't planned to go anywhere with this production because the company doesn't do much touring. We're all based in Tokyo and we perform there all the time. But so this time coming to London, it's very unusual thing. But I'd like to take the company to many, many different countries in the future. Well, I don't have much left as a artistic director, but I'm finishing like in 4 years' time. So that's, it goes quickly because like when you plan things, it's like you plan for like 2-3 years ahead. And so I don't know how much I could do, but I try to have a more foreign tour. And what was another question? Ambition.
Ambition, yes, for the company in the future.
Yeah, I have got so many, but first thing is I want to a theater to employ dancers. That's my like a main thing that because and so all the system things supporting dancers and I'm aiming like a raw ballet, really, all the things what they done. But seeing that the Royal Opera House or Royal Ballet for a long, long time, they weren't like that. Like say 30 years ago, it took time to become great, like all the physio gym and all that. We never used to have that. So it takes time, but I don't want to give up. I try to work for that.
Thank you. So the National Ballet of Japan is coming to London We have another question here from online, which is maybe can sum things up. Akane-san and Yoichi-san, do you have any tips for the dancers? Any suggestions for them, for the dancers from the National Ballet of Japan, when they come to the Covent Garden stage for the first time?
Wow, Royal Opera House is big, so please do not get lost in it. That's my first tip.
Well, I mean, I think just to enjoy atmosphere in opera house, because it's different to the theater they dance usually. It's a beautiful theater, and it's amazing feeling on stage. So I hope they will enjoy the time here.
Wonderful, thank you, thank you. And just just maybe one last question from each of you, and I will start with Ryoichi and come to you, Miyako-san. We have one last question here is, when you were growing up, who was your dancing idol?
I did not have only one person. I think I had many idols. And I was thinking, if I have one idol, I think I could only be that person. I wanted to be myself. So I wanted every single dancer has something amazing. So I wanted to pick a bit of that. It's almost like a pick mix. And I wanted to make the amazing me. So
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, for me, definitely Miyako-san is one of the biggest my idol. For sure. No, for sure. Even now when I'm dancing Nutcracker or Cinderella recently, I was watching her solo and learning from her how effortless she steps and such difficult steps, and it just amazes me, and still Miyako-san is my idol. Thank you.
I think so. I think it's true. And you, Miyako-san, did you have an idol?
I just have many, yes. But like when I was a little girl, one of the ballerina I sort of admire was like a Yoko Morishita. But she's still dancing, she's performing. And it's just amazing that the way she just like ballet is her work, like a life. It's just amazing. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But I think probably for all of us today, I think our idol is actually Yoshida Miyako, I think, from all of us. I think that's all we have time for, unfortunately. Thank you very much to all of you. But to Yoshida Miyako, thank you.